today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they come... The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs offense has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55, Charles, it's Tom Brady.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week: 14 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuse.
Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
NFL Madden Week Season 202021 games and highlights will be coming up next on Sports Action Infinity 22.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick-6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick-6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass. tamp things down a little bit. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The NFL Madden League Season 2020-21 Week 1-2 matchup will be coming up next. Cleveland Browns 6-5, Baltimore Ravens 7-3.
Brady now on first down. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Brady powering forward. And he finds Gronk. Gronk's first catch, good for a first down. And I put my first tally mark next to the Brady to Gronk counter here.
I think it may be the first of many, because once they get going, look out, things tend to snowball. Tom Brady trusts Gronk as much as any receiver I think he's thrown to in his career. And it's evident when you see that.
And that's saying something.
That's saying something right there. But he's earned it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
2nd down and 3. Fournette running out of the gun, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts getting ready to take over for the first time. And you're going to look at their 6-year quarterback in his first season wearing the horseshoe. It's Carson Wentz.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Wentz's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
These two teams all tied after one. Back to Taylor on first down. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Wentz now on first down. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the box with an extra defender
The
in the
NFL
secondary
Madden
now
League
on
Season
3rd down.
202021 Week 1-3 matchup will be coming up next.
Here's
Los
Wentz to
Angeles
throw.
Rams 7-3, Green Bay Packers 8-3.
He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now a handoff, Taylor with it. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2nd and 9.
The NFL Madden League Season 202021 Week 1-3 matchup will be coming up next. Minnesota Vikings 5-5, San Francisco 49ers 5-5.
It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Fighting Hilton on the slant. Touchdown! T.Y. Hilton. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue.
The NFL Madden League Season 202021 Week 1-2 matchup will be coming up next. Seattle Seahawks 4-6, Washington Football Team 4-6.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense.
And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route-running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. A handoff to Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Wentz. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9
The
on
NFL
first
Madden
down.
League Season 202021 Week 1-2 matchup will be coming up next. Los Angeles Rams 7-3, Green Bay Packers
Great
8-3.
play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first is Wentz. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz eluding the pressure right. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
The NFL Madden League Season 202021 Week 1-2 matchup will be coming up next. Minnesota Vikings 5-5, San Francisco 49ers 5-5.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12.
The NFL Madden League Season 2020-21 Week 1-2 matchup will be coming up next. Los Angeles Chargers 6-4 Denver Broncos 5-5.
A 17-point game at the half. DJ Moore, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets at halftime. Deshaun Watson, a touchdown pass, but it's the defense that's been the story as they are pitching the shutout thus far. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they trail the visiting Falcons in that one at halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Colts to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Wentz now on first down. The toss here completed to Pittman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Colts pick it up. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to find Doyle in the end zone for a Colts score. Jack Doyle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now Leonard Fournette gets around him and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's a give to Fournette, and he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now Brady.
He's got Gronkowski yet again. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. To Evans on the slant. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point try now for Succop. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run again with Hines. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a give to Taylor. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. The option to give to Taylor here. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here's Brady and the Bucs. Down 24-14. A minute 44 to go. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brady. And that's complete to Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. A pass underneath for Fournette. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Brady to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Brady. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Colts, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.